Hey guys, Mintercodes here. I'm here for another video, finally. Yeah, I've been away for a while. I don't know if I'm going to make this a regular thing again, but I just want to show how to set everything up in an easier way, which will be better for beginners or people who just can't get IntelliJ or for whatever reason. And I'm going to be using Eclipse instead. So, yeah, most of it's the same, but it's just slightly different setup. So, yeah, let's get into it. So you want to download all of these files. We've got MCP, the event system, and Optifine sources. Yep. So first download MCP 918. Then you want the event manager by exception, which I've just downloaded. And you also want the Optifine sources. Just go up to downloads here, 1.8. And scroll down to the bottom, find HDUE1. Make sure it's this one, because these two will have issues, trust me. So yeah, download. So now I've got all the files, they're all in here. Yeah, you want to make a client folder, which you can call anything, you can put it anywhere. You don't need the downloads folder, that's just where I'm going to store all of my downloads for easier access. Yeah, so you want to open up MCP. You can use 7-zip, WinRAR, whatever to open that, doesn't really matter. And just grab everything and drag it into your client folder that you just created. Okay, so now we have all of these folders. You know what, it'd be really nice if my smoke alarm didn't just suddenly go off in the middle of an episode. Okay, so now you've got all these folders and files. You just want to run decompile.bat if you're on Windows and decompile.sh if you're on Mac or Linux. I'm on Windows, so I'm going to run the bat file. Okay, so it finished decompiling. It should say press any keys to continue at the end. Don't worry about this missing server jar file, that's absolutely fine because we're not going to be doing anything with the server side of things, it's just the client side. So you can press any key to continue, like it says. And then you want to run Eclipse. So I am doing it from a fresh install because I've not used this new version of Eclipse, ever. So it should start like this. You just want to browse and find where your client folder is located. So mine's here, and then click Eclipse, select folder, and then launch. So it should just run basically. Okay, so you should end up with this. You can just delete the server folder because you don't need it, as I mentioned earlier. And just click OK. So now you're left with just this client. If you have any errors here, just right click, build path, configure build path, go to libraries and find any that have errors on, and then you can just click them, edit, and then just search the actual correct jar file in your client folder. Should be quite self-explanatory. So yeah, now this is all in, what we can do is we can open back up the client folder and go into downloads and into Optifine. So now we need to go into source, Minecraft, and just drag all of this in. Say yes to replace the files in the destination. Okay, so when that's all done you should have these 3 folders in here, and that should mean Optifine has imported correctly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click view menu up here and change the package presentation to hierarchical. Can't speak. Anyway, so yeah, you should see you've got some Optifine things in here. So click the source folder and then click new Java package up here, and you can call this basically whatever you want. Call it me.name.clientname. I'm going to go with, most people go with their website backwards if they have one, so I'm going to go with com.mintyplays. Because that is my website, and then Much like I'll just call this tutorial again, like in the other episode one. So yeah, finish. Now you can make a class. I'm just going to call this tutorial. Call that basically anything you want, client or whatever. Okay, so public string name equals, you're just going to call this whatever your client's going to be called. You also want a version, which is going to be equal to just 1, I guess, and creator, which is going to be, for me, Minty Codes, and don't forget your semicolon on the end. Okay, so now create the instance, which is public static tutorial instance equals new tutorial. That will just allow your this class to be accessed from a static context. And then you want to create a function called start client, so I'm just going to call this public void start client, and in here I'm going to have system.out.println, and then I'll just say do that plus name plus that starting client build 1, which is up here, created by Minty Codes. Oh no, sorry, created by plus creator. So what this is doing is it's putting square brackets, and then it's getting the variable name, which in this case is tutorial, and then the same with version and creator, whatever. So I'm also going to just do display.setTitle name plus version. There you go. So that will set the title of the actual window, like this up here, to tutorial v1. Okay, now you want to press Ctrl+Shift+R, and you want to type in Minecraft. And then you'll get to this Minecraft.java file. Now you want to search for make entity outline, and just find this location, and then just type tutorial.instance.startClient, but obviously change tutorial to whatever you called this class up here. That will just run that function when Minecraft starts. What I'm also going to do is just search for Minecraft 1.8, which I can just change to tutorial, let's say loading plus tutorial.instance.name plus build plus tutorial.instance.version. So that's just when it's loading, it will show that. So now hopefully if we run this client, it should just load like normal Minecraft, except it'll have a couple of things changed. So you can see up here it says loading tutorial B1, and then up here it says tutorial B1. So perfect. Down here it should also say tutorial starting client B1 created by Minty Codes. Okay, so yeah, that's quite simple. Now what we need to do is set up the event manager. So what we'll do for that is just come back to the client folder, then find the downloads and get the event system. Then go into source Minecraft, and then just you want to go into the whatever you called your packages, so com Minty Plays there, and create a new folder called event, and you should see that that shows up as a package up here. So now inside this, I don't know what happened there, inside this event folder, just drag everything in. You don't need these MD files, but yeah, just drag everything straight in there, which hopefully, there we go. So now inside here you'll have some errors, that's absolutely fine. You just want to add up here package and then whatever you call your package.event. So, yep, save that and just copy that into every one of these files. Credit to Hexception or Strez for creating these for creating these classes. Yeah, just go through all of the classes, adding your package up at the top, and that should all work fine. Should be no errors, and it should all be perfect. Then create a new package called events, and inside there you want a class, and you're going to call it event2d, extends event, which you'll want to import, if I can remember how to import in Eclipse, which I obviously can't. Hold on. But you can hover over it or press Ctrl-Shift-O, I believe. You want a float, public float width, height, and then public event2d, which is your constructor, and width, height. This dot width equals width, and this dot height equals height. And then you'll also want a getter for both of these. What have I done wrong here? Hold on. Oh, of course. You need float width, float height, which I forgot. Then you want getters. You can right click here, just click source and generate getters and setters, and then just select get height and get width. Generate. So that will just create you some getters for the width and height. Okay, so that's your first event. You'll want to Ctrl-Shift-R and find GUI in-game, and then find the correct place, which is about here. So you want to just write. So let's just write event2d equals new event2d. You can import. Once again, same way. And then inside here you want scaled resolution.width, or get scaled width, and scaled resolution.get scaled height. There we go, and then event2d.call. That's your first event done. That will help us with the HUD and stuff. Okay, next event. Call it event3d. Once again, extends event. Once again, import. And here you want public float partial ticks. And then the constructor, event3d. In here, float partial ticks. And this dot partial ticks equals partial ticks. And you also want a getter for this. Public float get partial ticks, return partial ticks. Okay. Now you want to Ctrl-Shift-R again, entity renderer, just the normal one, not 1 or 2. Then you want to find hand. Here we go. And event3d equals new event3d. I cannot type today. And in here you just want partial ticks. Event3d.call. Ctrl-Shift-O there to import, by the way. Okay, next event. Don't know why I keep right-clicking, I'm not used to this. Okay, event key. Extends event. I'm going to import like this. And in here, you just want private int key. Oh, I've also just realised you want to make these private as well. Sorry about that. private in key, constructor, event key, int key, this.key equals key, and then you will also want a getter for this, so public int get key, return key. Okay, so you want to hook this inside the Minecraft class, find if k equals 1, which is about line 1923. So yeah, up here, just event key equals new event key k, import event key dot call. Next class, event pre-motion update, extends event. Okay, in here you want private float your pitch boolean, private boolean ground, and then the constructor again. It's very repetitive, I know, but it's got to be done. Boolean ground. This dot your is your, this dot pitch is pitch, and this dot ground is ground. Okay, and then you will also want getters and setters for all of these, which I'm just going to generate in with source, generate getters and setters, and just tick all of these. Generate, okay. Perfect. We want to hook this into entity player SP, and you want to find on update walking player. Yes, this is the correct place. No, it's not. It would be about here. So event pre-motion update. Event pre-motion update. You don't have to call these like the exact same as that, by the way. You can just call them event or something. But I like to do it in case I have multiple in like a similar place or whatever. I don't know. Just helps me to understand better. Equals event pre-motion update. Then in here, what do we need? We need your pitch and ground. So the your will be this dot rotation your, this dot rotation pitch, and this dot on ground. And then event pre motion update dot call, and obviously import. Oh, I forgot the new there. And then import them. Simple. Next class, event post motion update, which obviously comes after the motion update this time. Extends event once again. And you don't actually need anything in here. It's just you want to Control-Shift-R, find entity player SP again, unless you already have it open, and you just want to find on update walking player, and just put it after it's called, which is here. Event post motion update equals new event post motion update, event post motion update dot call. There we go. So now we want the final event, which is just going to be event update, which we will use for basically just about every module. So extends event once again. And in here, we don't actually need anything. Just go into entity player SP once again, find on update, and under this if statement, we just want to call it. So event update equals new event update dot call, and then import them. And yeah, so that's all of the events created. Now in here, we want to do public event manager. Actually, I'm going to call this, just event manager. Why not? Yep, and then import event manager. Now in here, at the very beginning, just do event manager equals new event manager, and also event manager dot register this, which will register this class in the event manager. So anything that happens in here, it will be listening for events. And then let's also create another function called stop client, where we'll simply do event manager dot unregister this. It's no longer registered. So now we need to go back into Minecraft.java and find the function shutdown Minecraft applet, which is right here, and then just tutorial.instance.stopClient. And that's it for this alternative first episode. Everything will function the exact same as we did it in IntelliJ, except it's now in Eclipse, so it's easier basically. Everything we do in IntelliJ in future tutorials, well, not future anymore, but like in other tutorials, it will be the exact same except slightly different layout. So it should be really self-explanatory. So, yeah, you can see everything works perfectly fine. There should be no crashes or anything. And yeah, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I know it's been a very long time since I uploaded, but yeah, Minecraft's fully working and we're ready to start developing a client.